So you want to know about the JFK thing? Okay, I'll tell you about the JFK thing, but it's depressing. I have 3 books here that will help. But for me, it was transformative when I first learned about it. I've been studying history, and this is a first taste of how dark it can get. I'd grown up learning about the concentration camps and the gulags and the Cultural Revolution, but that stuff at least was out in the open, and you kind of understood what was happening here. That the CIA could shoot JFK and not even cover their tracks well. That's the thing about this. If you don't know about it, that's fine. But if you think that they didn't, it means you've never looked into it. It's not conspiracy theory. It is journalism about a conspiracy. It's very clear. This stuff has been well established since before I was born, and I'll be 40 next year. So, just to get a background on the CIA, I think Legacy of Ashes is a excellent book to take it from the CIA's beginnings around World War II up in through the last decade or so. It's won a bunch of awards by Tim Weiner. That's just a background book. To get a really great look at one of the masterminds, perhaps the mastermind, is The Devil's Chessboard by David Talbot. And that is about Allen Dulles, who was in charge of the CIA during the Kennedy assassination, and had a lot of ties to big business along with his brother John Dulles. But the book I would actually recommend to learn about the JFK thing is Mary's Mosaic, because this is actually a very personal story. Any of these books will lay out all the holes in what happened with the JFK thing and how it went down. But the great part about Mary's Mosaic is it's a microcosm of what happened to JFK. This is about a woman, Mary Pinchot Meyer, who was JFK's lover. Probably gave him LSD at some point, almost certainly smoked pot with him. But they were together, and not too long after he got shot, she got murdered. And this is a book by a journalist who happened to know her and grew up with her. And the way they murdered her was exactly how they murdered JFK. They used a patsy. In a park, they had a CIA agent who was a black man shooter, and then they had a black man just happened to be in the park that they could pin it on. And the only reason they didn't get away with it is because they got a really good lawyer who figured out what had happened. But that's exactly what happened with Oswald. Why was Oswald in Russia marrying a Russian woman? Why was he distributing leaflets in New Orleans for left-leaning campaigns? Because he was a CIA agent, and he was ordered to do that so he would look like a leftist, so they could blame it on Cuba. The first thing he said when he got captured is, "I've been set up." And that's exactly what happened. If you want to learn about it, Mary's Mosaic is a great microcosm of exactly how the CIA shot JFK.